Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly review. Before we get started, I made another video on sector ETFs. That one is a bit long, more like a live TA video, so only watch it if you're interested in learning about TA. Don't think it's worth it otherwise, but up to you. And this one is going to be relatively short. Uh, let's look at some stuff before we get going. Main thesis is that we are in a topping process and we are bound to turn into bearish, do a bearish turn this week. We shall see if that happens, but this is the thesis. So let's look at a couple of things. This is a breadth indicator. We have turned down in spite of being at highs. This week was pretty horrible. Let's look at Finviz, and we look at 1 week performance. And as you can see, almost everything is red except Nvidia, Microsoft, Qualcomm, a couple of the tech names, and LLY. Besides this, mm, red across the board. So you can, as you can imagine, breadth was bad. That was one. Let's put the other one. And it turned down as well. And the McLaren oscillator, which was negative this week. Not on the daily, but on the weekly, we have a clear bearish divergence. Uh, I won't draw because I don't want to show those things, but I'll just show it with the mouse. And these are very high accuracy turning points. Meaning, look at this one. So higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high just before the COVID crash. Then on the top in 2021 and the 2021, again higher high, lower high, and this was higher highs. Now we are in a situation where we have something similar and it's visible across the board. VIX on the weekly looks absolutely like it's about to pop. You see this RSI turn here, it almost turned up, but not quite. And this is just the kind of look we have before we start. It does a major long-term bottom and starts going up, like here as well, or not a major long-term bottom, but right before it's about to do a major move up. And it has that look here. We have major divergences between various sectors like, I don't know, the DJT, Dow Jones Transportation Average, and SPY. This is a very, very bad sign for, actually I should have done it the other way. Let me do it the other way. So SPY, we take out DJT, and we add it here, DJT. I put the Trump stock transportation average like this. As you can see, in general, it's pretty correlated. Uh, and when it is not, it signals a top in SPY. Like for example, here, it started doing a downtrend, SPY topped out, did a correction, went back up and did another correction. Same here in 2008, we had a major drop in DJT transportation while the market was topping out, and then everything broke loose. But we don't care about this one because this was like a black swan event. But we care about this one in which transportation average went down while SPY was making new highs, and the one that was wrong was SPY. Let's go to New York Times. Same here. In the 2018 top, DJT started dropping before SPY, and then SPY caught up. At the 2021 top, relatively similar. Like we had a correction here, not this one, but this one. DJT started correcting sooner, and then SPY caught up and did a bigger correction. And now we have something similar, in which we have a correction in the transportation, and SPY is making a new highs on this thing. So this divergence is usually predictive of an impending correction in SPY. Uh, okay, another thing to look at is oil, which we shall see how it closes. I spoke about it a bit in the ETF video, but that's too long to let you make you go watch it. So I was wrong about the bullish turn, unfortunately. It's still looking relatively bullish to me, but now I think it's range bound. We have this broadening formation here in which it doesn't want to go lower, but it doesn't want to go higher either. And I think it's more likely than not that it moves a couple of times in this range before deciding on whether it goes lower, which could mean another drift to 70, or it goes higher and it retests the high here. We shall see how that happens. Then we have yields, which look to have bottomed. We don't really have that many economic calendar things that can us, but I think it's plausible that we see a retest of the high in yields. Economic data this week has been strong, so it's warranted that yields go back higher, and something like this is plausible while we correct. So this being said, it's still a strange setup. Everything that I said remains valid. Let's look at the daily a bit to show a couple of situations. So we have the candle, the reversal candle, then we have the backtest. We stay here a couple of days, which would be equivalent to VIX hovering around the lows, like going sideways as well, but sideways with a bullish hint, meaning it would make like lower highs, and it would be a green VIX if the market goes up a bit, something like this. And this would it's what it would look like. We also have it here, like we went sideways for a couple of days before finally getting direction. The big thing here is whenever we get outside the range of this candle, this is our mother candle. Whenever we get outside the range of this mother candle, uh, that is the sign that the move is happening. And it may be get back tested, but once we go below 524, 72, so 525, let's call it, uh, then it's a sign that we have entered the bearish path, and we would do as a minimum this. If we go above the 533, and we need to have this, both of these on the closing basis. So it doesn't matter that it may do a fake out, meaning it goes like to 522, then closes bullishly and closes to 526, let's say. That's a fake out, and it means the bearish path was rejected and it's probably going up again. We might do like a broadening formation here as well, or something like this, let's say, on a theoretical basis. This can become a broadening formation, but eventually we'll get out of it. Whichever way we get out of it, that is the direction. Don't fight it, don't contest it. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not, it will go that way. And the reason why I still think we can have a bullish outcome is because so many names are down, individual names. I'll just show MACD as an example. Uh, I also posted it on Twitter on Friday. We have a significant breakdown in progress. It's on a, it was on a multi-year trend line. It closed below. It did this in the past as well, but it quickly reversed and it held the retest of the lows and then recaptured and went up. If this kind of thing happens, it's fine, but if not, there's a lot of room to go down. UPS something similar. UPS is part of the transportation average, so no wonder that it's breaking down. And UPS is also a major sign of the economic well-being of how well the economy does. And again, negative sign. We may yet save it if it does a quick reversal, but it seems unlikely to me. But the current situation is pretty bad, meaning I don't think the mega cap stocks are going to be the one to get hurt, but we can see big moves down in this kind of names. Like, let's say we do the whole move, we have another 40% down in UPS. In MACD, we have another, how big is this? 427, but this seems like unreasonably small, or like 11, something like this. So if this continuation down realizes, meaning the market continues to be weak and mega cap techs continues to be okayish, it will be okayish for a while until it also breaks down as well. And on the one-day performance, we had a couple of the usual suspects going green, but everything else, as you can see, is kind of meh. Like we have a lot of 1%, 2%, 0.71%, both down and up. It wasn't a very good day on Friday, even though the market was slightly green. So it was slightly green because of mega caps, but it wasn't a high breadth day. If this continues, eventually the weakness will realize in the big move down in price. And to combat this, we need breadth reversal, not just price reversal. I mean, we need for everything to go up. We need a super bullish day, and that super bullish day has to come like very early in the week. Monday is closed, so Tuesday, Wednesday, something like this. If it doesn't come by then, most likely we go on the bearish path eventually. There's not a lot of things in the economic calendar either, so we wait and see. One last point is the market tends to turn either at the month turn or mid-month. And there's a reason for this. One is OPEX mid-month usually, so the third Friday of each month, third working Friday of each month, or at the month turn end. And I can show this in numerous occasions, uh, like for example, top of 2021, 2022 was at year turn. Basically, we topped out here, started going down. Then what's this? This is a top. It happened on the third, back tested and then went down. And it went down until the turn of the month again, 28th, second, something like this. We topped out on 29th of March, 31st of March. We went down until this was OPEX of May on the 20th, but let's say it was something like this in this interval here. Then the bottom was June 16th, 17th. This was OPEX. 17th was OPEX. Top here was August 17th, so mid-month, 16th, mid-month. Low here was 13th, or approximately mid-month. This was supposed to be a bottom, but we went up, back tested, and then went up again. This was a month turn. So we may have topped at the month midpoint, like here on the 16th, but the turn will actually come when the month turns. So May 30th, June 1st, something like this. We are close to this. So 31st or 3rd, somewhere in this interval, 30, 31st, 3rd, 4th, we could potentially see the turn. Or if not the turn, the start of the next leg up. Because it doesn't mean you always turn. It means you start the next leg in a direction. And like it was here in January, on the 17th, we started going up, and it kept going up for quite a while. And top here was April 1st. So we're coming to that point where the market will choose direction. And the direction it chooses will be that direction for the next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, quote unquote. The next 2 weeks, meaning the first 2 weeks of June for sure. June, because the first working Friday of the month falls on the 7th, we have OPEX on the 21st. So my assumption is we reach either a peak on the 14th or a low on the 14th. We chop around it here in this week, and then maybe we do another leg down, let's say, or another leg in that direction, or we do a reversal when the month turns in July, somewhere around here or here, something like that. So this is kind of the last comment. I will keep posting on Twitter if it is relevant. But starting Wednesday, I'll be going on holiday, 29th, and I'll be back on the 9th. So this will be a radio silence, more or less, period. I'll still tweet a bit, but not that much, and probably after hours. Uh, and I'll be back with a video on the 10th. Anyway, have a good one. Good luck. Bye bye.